Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel, and welcome to this new video. This video is a response video. It's a response video to a comment that I got in my in my video where I talked about building your lines and line weights. In that video, I worked with this piece here, which is a Spider-Man piece by Art Adams, and I worked with some of my own line art here. And basically, just so you can understand why I'm doing the video, in the video I talk about two important aspects of doing your line weights. Number one being because there's a dead line is just a straight line that's got no variation in the thickness of the line. It's just the line that has the same thickness all the way around. You don't want that for comic book art. For comic book art, you want to have variations to it. So you want to make parts of the art thick, part of the line thicker, parts of the line thinner. And so the question that I answered in the video is, when and where do you make it thicker? When and where do you make it thinner? And so the first thing is the closer. There's two principles that I mentioned in the video. Number one is the closer to the viewer. The closer to the viewer you are, the thicker the line should be. All right, the thicker the line should be, thicker. So the line should be super thick if the object that you're drawing is closer to the viewer. Case in point, this Spider-Man piece. As you can see, you have Spider-Man almost in the background, and then you have these two fists that are in the foreground. And as you can see, Art Adams put a very heavy line of black around it, just to show or to help sell the idea that this is closer to the viewer than Spider-Man, than the garbage behind him, than the wall. So that's a technique that you use, drawing a thicker line. The other thing that I mentioned is closer to the light source. If it's closer to the light source, the closer the object is to a light source, then in this case, the thinner the line should be. The thinner the line should be. So I don't have anything really here to show you, but I did work on that in this piece here. Just a quick example, like this is my light source. So I want, if I'm working on, let's see. If I'm working on this, I'll do the shoulder again. If I'm working on this shoulder, then this area here that's closer to the light source is going to have a thinner line than this area here that's further away. So this part that's further away, I want to darken it in and just make it a lot darker. So that's the variation you want to have, from light to dark as you're going around this piece. And you can make it darker and play with it. You can do whatever you like, but the thing is, this bottom part has to be dark to help sell that illusion that that this side is closer to the light source and then this side's further away. So the question that I got was from somebody, a subscriber by the name of Treat My Soul, and here I'll show you the comment in the video, and it says, I'm going to read it. It says, so what if the object you're drawing is closer to the light and also closer to the viewer? Should it be thinner or thicker? Which is an excellent question. Very glad that this person, I'm glad that Treat My Soul checked out the video and was paying attention, because this is, you can tell that he was paying attention, or she. I don't know if it's a he or she, but if you have that case, if you have the case where it's the object is closer to the viewer and closer to the light source, my answer, which may not be definitive, but this is how I would approach it if I were to draw an object like that, is the following way. Prepare to be amazed. Let's imagine that I'm drawing on this piece, and this is my light source. All right, and then this is where the light's shining. Light shining is, so it's closer to the viewer and it's shining at this plane. So let's imagine that I have a circle that I want to draw. And this is super close to the viewer and super close to this light source. Now, this shape also has to follow the rules of this interaction with the light source. So again, this side of this circle is going to be thinner, and this side is going to be thicker. And for example, if I'm drawing another shape like a square back here or a triangle, and I want to create the illusion of depth that this is closer to the viewer than this, then I still have to consider this idea and make it thicker. So what I want to do is the following. If it's super close to the light source, you can even erase that line and just start here with your thin line. Start here with your thin line, with your dead line. And then off that dead line, build your lines. So obviously you're going to make this thicker, but because it's closer to the viewer, like for example, let's imagine that I have this square drawn in. I have this triangle drawn in with a thinner line. Just an example. Then I still have to follow both of these rules. They don't cancel each other out. They complement each other. So I would have to do this and this isn't shading. This is the contour of the line. And then from here, if you want to, you can continue shading it. But I would play with it like this, in such a way that it's like this. That's the way I would approach it. I don't know how. This would be a good question to ask. Like if you're watching an art stream or you're watching, I don't know, David Finch or something, ask them that question. I want to see what they say. Like, what would you do? How would you render that out? And so yeah, so by doing that, you can one, you can help sell the shadow, and then number two, you can also help sell the fact that this is closer to the viewer, a little bit. And yeah, so you're still respecting the second concept, that the closer it is to the light source, the thinner the line is. You can even erase it to see that it's really close to the light source. And then the closer to the viewer it's thicker, you can still respect it on this side. You're obviously not going to draw a thick line here, because you're going to completely break the illusion of depth if you do that. So you don't want to do that. You want to have something like that. And then from there, depending on how close this circle is to the square, you can have like a cast shadow on the square, and then like do something like that. That can also help sell the fact that this object is in front of that one. And so doing a cast shadow there would help. You can do a cast shadow there. Yeah, and there's just little tricks like that, like you are putting a cast shadow, just maybe another cast shadow here to see that to let the viewer know that this is also in front of the triangle. You can do things like that to help sell the fact that these objects are in front of each other. So that's another technique that you can use to help sell that effect. And that's it. So thank you very much to Treat My Soul. Thank you very much for your question. Thank you very much for paying attention. I really appreciate that. You have no idea how much this means to me, because sometimes it feels like you're talking to a void. But I'm glad that people are hearing, and so I'm glad that you responded. And so here's my answer to that question. And I encourage you to ask that question to other pros. I would love to see what other pros would say to that, how they would respond. And yeah, maybe they'll say something completely different, then I have to reevaluate all this. But that's how it is, man. That's how it is. You're always learning, and yeah, don't consider myself a master at all. I'm just showing you what I've learned along the way, because I'm on a 4-year journey already of inking comic art, and I've learned a lot, and I'm sharing what I have learned with you guys out there who may be interested in learning to draw and getting better at drawing. So that's it. Thank you very much. Hit that like button if you liked the video. Please also share the video out. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I do videos like this where I show you my what I've learned in regards to art, I also show you past drawings and things that I need to improve. I also talk about my comic. I also have a lot of interviews with creators and a lot of great stuff. So please, thank you very much for tuning in. Subscribe to the channel, and I will see you guys in the next one. Have a great day. Take care. Hello, everyone. The time is finally upon us. Ominous Avenging Death is now available. Avenging Death is a short 10-page story that serves as a preview of what kind of art you can expect and the world you'll see in the main story of Ominous. In Avenging Death, we'll see Zadok take on the monstrous Deathmonger in a 10-page fight scene that'll be sure to get you hooked into the world of Ominous. All of the artwork is done, including the line art, which was done by me, the colors, which were done by Emmanuel Orlas, and the lettering, which was done by Paul Bird. So grab your copy of the digital PDF file today for only $5. That's right, $5. Contact me in my DMs on Twitter for more information. Now, coming up next is the official trailer of Ominous Avenging Death. Enjoy.